And the reason why we feel the pull that we feel to people, the reason why we feel attached the way that we do to people is because we have a soul contract that we're supposed to work out in this lifetime, right? But I want you to be very careful with that and realize that just because you guys have a contract doesn't mean that you're to come into alignment with those people, right? Some people, your contract is to stand up for yourself, do something different, make a different choice, right? So us as divine feminines, I don't want us to get caught up in being so empathetic and sweet and nice and understanding, right? That we compromise our beliefs, right? That we think that because there's that attachment, because there's that pull, because it's that chemistry, that, you know, I'm supposed to be aligned with this person. And when I say aligned, I mean multiple things, right? Aligned meaning having some type of intimate relationship, any type of relationship, a friendship, a partnership, a relationship, even like a romantic relationship, right? We're not called to be in alignment with everyone, right? We're not called to be in agreement with everyone, right? We can agree to disagree like grown-ups, right? So I just want to encourage you guys to remember who it is that you are. Remember what your values are. Remember what your morals are, right? And if you come into contact with people, even though you may love and care for them, even though you may feel a connection to them, remember who it is that you are so that you're not compromising yourself and trying to fit into a situation that is really bigger than you, right? That you're not trying to fit into a situation that, like, spiritually you are way beyond, right? Because sometimes dating, so let's talk about dating. Let's bring it into like romantic relationships. Sometimes we come into contact with people and like you're like, yeah, well, you know, although they don't do this, and this like me, you know, I still see the good in them. I still see their potential, right? And seeing someone's potential basically what it means is, if I was in their shoes with their talents, resources, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. With their talent and resources, with their creativity, I would do X, Y, and Z, right? And because we see the things or the ways or the choices that people could make, we give them credit. But you can't give somebody credit for something. You can't give somebody credit for something that they're not actually doing. Okay? So, seeing the potential in someone just basically means seeing the potential in someone is basically your way of saying, if I were them, this is what I would do, right? But you're not them. And they may not do what it is that you would do, right? And we have to look at situations that way, right? And when we do, we stop giving people credit where credit isn't due,